Alright, so basically let me explain what is happening here. We are building a lab, but we are using something a little bit more complex and sophisticated rather than VMware Workstation. VMware Workstation is great if you want to build a lab in your on your laptop environment, and that's perfectly fine for training and stuff like that. But if you want to get on a little bit more professional level, or your company requires you to do a lab, I want to show you how to actually do that. And there are a couple features which are really useful and come in handy when you work on a real project where you have to deploy checkpoint, a virtual machine behind it, test some features, and actually connect to that virtual machine without any problems. So the platform for virtualization that I'm using here is called Proxmox. It's free, and you can just download it and install it on your server, and then you can install Checkpoint and other machines. So it kind of works as any other virtualization platform. You can still use Hyper-V, you can still use ESXi, whatever platform you choose to work with. It's perfectly fine. The whole idea is going to be the same. The Proxmox platform looks kind of similar to all of them. So what we have here, we have Checkpoint in the middle. As always, it's our perimeter firewall, and we're going to have two interfaces. The first interface is our external interface with the public routable IP address, and it's connected to the internet. And we have our internal subnet 192.168.1.0, where we're gonna set up 1.1 for our Checkpoint internal interface, and for our Windows machine it's gonna be .2, but they are in the same subnet. So I'm using Proxmox where I install Checkpoint, and on Proxmox platform I install my Windows machine. So they are interconnected by the virtual switch. So the whole idea here is, because I have the public IP address, I need to be able to somehow connect to my virtual machine here, because I want to use that virtual machine for my further testing. I want to see how the traffic is going through the firewall, but at the same time I want to be able to see that actually for myself. I want to connect there, I want to be on that machine. So I don't want just to log in from the terminal. Maybe I don't have access, I need some remote access. So I'm going to show you how I use mRemoteNG software for that. It's a free software that you can use for that purpose, personally my favorite, or you can use just a regular RDP client from any Windows machine. So with that knowledge here, with that topology knowledge, let's continue, and let's start with the very basic step in our virtualization platform.